Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh,
wait. Let me see there. Come on. Is it bad?
I don't know. It just says bad.
New stream location, the same one. Same one. Should be the same place. Should be in the same place. Yes, we are back. How's the audio? Audio is working.
Yay!
Yay, us. Okay, I'm telling you, every time Windows does an update, OBS gives us more trouble. Open Broadcasting Software, broadcaster software, gives us problems, and we got to come back and fix it. The one when we signed on today, none of the audio was working, and all that happens is Windows does an update. Drives me crazy. I'm telling you, it drives me crazy.
But how do you really feel?
So hang on, let me make sure that people can get back into the room. It should be exactly in the same place. Our live stream is always the same place. So, yep, we're looking good there. And let me do the analytics.
Daniel Burke.
Burke.
Yeah.
And the analytics are up, and we lost 30 viewers, but they'll come back, I hope. Okay, what video glitch? Don't give me no video glitch nows. Good audio, but no video glitch. Okay, so we had gone through the pictures. We saw the pictures, and we were going from there to what?
Okay.
You were still reading folks in the room. Okay, go ahead. You want to finish that
Now
up?
I need to reshare this.
Okay.
Resharing. So you say hi to people in the room.
Okay, we're doing it right now. Where did you leave off? So you had gotten down to about
just go
there. K-Pro's in the room. Thank you, K-Pro, for sending us that, very thoughtfully sending us that messages that told us we had something wrong. DeBear is in the room. And Heather Dawn. Hi, Heather Dawn. No, you don't. It should be exactly in the same place. The stream should be in the same place. Just stay where you were. Cynthia's not telling any secrets, but I don't know why. I think we got everybody by the time we went down.
Mr.
Sassy,
T, Vicky McMillan.
Mr. T's in the room. Evan Penn. Robert in Colorado. That's in the name. William Goswick. Donnie Sandwich. Donnie Sandwich. I like that. Patricia Marin. Buenas noches. Mi amor. Pineapple amor. Pineapple upside down cake.
Chris
amor.
Merchant.
Let's see. Missouri Dave. Shots fired. What? Oh, Sheets Trove. Never mind. Daniel Burke. A Burqueño. William Hott in the room. Sound is good now. Juno Hewitt. How do we say that? Juno who it is. Let's see. All right. We are back in business. Oh, CMC, AGK Rio de los Pinos toast for being back in business.
Woohoo! And
actually, I shouldn't be.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
That'll work.
we're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
And guess what we need to do now?
What?
We need to wish Forrest Fenn a happy birthday.
Oh, should we? Do you want to sing happy birthday?
Yeah, it's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's Forrest's birthday. He will be 89. Anybody who's 89 knows how fortunate it is in this day and age to live to be 89. So I'm sure he's very grateful for what he has and what he's accomplished. So do you have a special birthday song that you'd like to sing?
Special birthday song? Happy birthday.
Wait. I can't do it, so you're going to have to do it. I'll just follow along. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and...
Happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too. Hey, Rio de los Pinos.
Rio de los Pinos, Forrest.
Happy birthday.
Happy 89th birthday, man.
Yep.
How cool is that?
I think that was the Olive Garden song, so...
Oh, it was.
I didn't want to get in trouble for singing that.
I've got a version of Happy
that,
Birthday on another channel, but I'll
trouble.
play it. It'll probably get us in trouble.
We don't want to get in trouble.
We don't want to get in trouble.
So if you want to send birthday greetings to Forrest Fenn, tomorrow's his birthday.
And you can send in birthday greetings at forrestfenn@gmail.com, and I'm sure he would appreciate it. He may not respond.
Write it in the
subject line.
Happy birthday, and just leave it at that. He'll probably see the subject line.
Oh. Cynthia Meacham says there's a dinner tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Oh, it's 3D Bronze.
Woohoo!
Thank you, 3D Bronze. Did you get a response from last week? Cynthia says there's a dinner tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at La Fonda in Santa Fe for Forrest and Searchers. We didn't get the word. I wonder why. Did invitations go out, Cynthia? Or
The engraved invitations.
did the engraved invitations go out to other searchers? Well, technically, we're not searchers. All right, let's do some. All right, emails. You ready?
Okie dokie.
You go first.
Okie dokie. Rooster roster. Hi, Shelley and Toby. Please add us to the Rooster roster. Boots on the ground again tomorrow. Dadio and Q.
Oh, Quinta Haberly? Mm-hmm. So where is she? She's in August? Why don't you read the August Rooster roster?
Because you didn't play the August Rooster roster.
Okay, I guess I
We
could.
got a ka-ching from Heather Dawn. Happy birthday, she says.
Am I playing the Rooster roster?
Rooster roster. Rooster roster for August. Walking Among Lions. John Tack. Brit Chaser. He's out searching.
No, he's on his way home. He's
all
done his
month.
searching.
He searched all month. He didn't
Yeah.
find anything that we know of. We have Drawing Nigh, Cass Anderson, D.B. Cooper, Mr. T, Evelyn Curry, Mr. Anonymous, Terry McKernan, DIY Dave, Genevra M, Joel Lewicki, Creek Walker, Quinta Aberly, and Dadio.
Dario, not Davio. Dario. Okay, so this one is from Don Davidson. It's about Scrapbook 32. So first he wrote me, this isn't a complete email.
Oh, we got another
What
3D
happened to-
bronze.
What happened to the roster?
Forrest invited me to birthday, but sent directions as a poem. Sad face.
Wow. Wow. How tricky is that, huh? I could have sworn I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. And still have danced some more.
Wow.
Hi, Toby. Do you have a copy of
With your
Scrapbook
knees?
32? Apparently, it's missing from Dale's website, which I have contacted him, and he has replied that he can't. I don't know what he can't do. Now, with that said, was there ever a Scrapbook 32? And if so, where is it, Don Davidson? The only person that could answer that question, Don, is Forrest Fenn. Because Scrapbook 32 was never published on Dale's site, as have the other scrapbooks. I can't imagine there wasn't a Scrapbook 32, but at some point, it seems to me
Sometimes
that...
we just lose track of numbers,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Things
So,
happen.
Things happen. Things happen, and they lost track of numbers, so there may not even be a...
Why are you technically not searchers, and are you not going to search here soon?
What?
Oh, we're not searching for the treasure. We're searching for good times.
We're searching for party. Party.
Where's the party, man?
Where's the party? That's all we wanted. We're
Have
technically...
drink, will travel.
Have drink, will. Real de los Pinos. So we haven't been searching since last summer, and we have sworn off the search. I have sworn off the search since I am effectively
It's too much work.
our
We just have
team's
fun and
lead
having
searcher.
fun.
Because I don't know where the treasure is, and I don't know my clues. And until I get that all figured out again, it doesn't do me any good to search. That's all. Okay, that's from Jeep Girl.
There's pictures on the back. See?
Okay, you read and I'll show pictures.
Saturday Festival and pictures from Greeley from Jeep Girl Jody. Hi there, friends. I thought maybe you guys would get a kick out of it too, kind of chase related. I sent these pictures to Forrest, and this was part of my email. Here it is. I went to a fun festival yesterday with my Charlie in Greeley called Greeley Monsters to help kids face bullying. It was so great. And I took a couple of pictures to share. One is a mural of Einstein and the quote, "Knowledge is
Screenshot.
more important than..."
Okay, that's Jeep Girl. Go ahead.
Actually, imagination is more important than knowledge. One picture of a UNC doorway with, quote, "He who teaches."
A child. Oh, that's the quote from the schoolhouse, the schoolhouse quote. He who teaches a child labors with God in his workshop.
Okay.
Oh,
I went to a used bookstore and picked up books. The Lady of the Gardens, about Mary Ellich Long. Did you ever go to the Ellich's Gardens amusement park?
Elich's Garden. It's in
Elich's?
Denver. There's two. What do you call them? Amusement parks in Denver. Elich's Garden and Lakeside.
Wow. I can't believe there are condos there now and the rides are all downtown. People of the Moonshell, about a western migration of people along the Platte River. There were some handwritten notes tucked inside the sleeve on Clovis points. I had a customer on the phone from Lander, Wyoming on Friday. Is the universe giving me clues and hints? Sometimes I just have to talk to people. Also, Mike, when I was... Oh, she's talking to Mike there. Okay. When I was at the bookstore, I found a crystal mill picture. I thought it was interesting since you guys have it on your Opoly game you're working on, and I just saw the YouTube video on Friday and mentioned I have been there a few times. I did not include this picture in Forrest's email. I am now officially in Loveland and unpacking. It's been busy. I finally got one of my Jeeps back and have a vehicle to drive again. Feels so good. I have a new transmission in it, and the other Jeep has a broken U-joint, so I have to get that fixed. I am a tough Jeep girl, but I can't work on the buggers. Please only share... Oh. With Shelley and K-Pro at this time. They are interested.
Oh, no. So, guys. Okay.
Never mind. Rewind.
Never mind. Hey, if you guys don't want us to share your photos and stories, put it at the beginning of the email, not at the end. So, sorry about that, Jeep Girl. But it was a good story nonetheless.
Yeah.
Okay, back to full screen with lower third. My turn?
I think so.
Yeah, if you guys are in the chat room, make a note in the chat room. If you're not seeing us, refresh, because we're back. We're bad, and
We stopped searching last year.
Tom Sawyer says, Toby, what year did you decide to stop searching? Really? Who doesn't know that? We stopped searching last October in a fit of whimsy.
Hello, Blues Surfer.
Blues Surfer. Oh, that's interesting. Blues Surfer is having a better night tonight. Clips to share. Okay, I got this. Let me just make sure we got it. So it's okay to share. Thank you, Toby Fan. So this is from John Warner, Toby Fan 3000. He says, "Hi, Toby and Shelley. On Friday's show, questions were asked. What did Forrest know the most of after returning from his service? Here's a few clippings from over the years." So what I'm going to do, I think the only way to do this is you can't see all the clip. Whoops. Can you clip on them? No. Wait. So you can't see all the clippings because of their size. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll download these and I'll post them individually to the community page because John said it was okay to share. So this one is entitled CC Group C's Local Foundry, and it's from Lubbock, Texas, Wednesday, 1972. So he just found or had access to all these various clippings about Forrest Fenn. Albuquerque Journal, October 1981, gallery owner buys Taos Artist Estate, and it's the story of how Fenn bought Leon Gaspard's estate.
Why?
Oh, you can't see it. Shut up. Okay, screenshot. Let me go back one. Okay. So, there's one of the clips that John shared with us, and what I will do is I will take and I'll put these clips individually in the community page, in our community blog of this channel.
For those of you who don't know how to find that, just go to the channel page where it's got our banner and all the videos and everything, and then you'll see some tabs kind of just below the banner.
It looks
and
like
one
this.
of them says community.
Right.
And
so
then
you can
click on the community tab and you'll get to go to the thing that looks like a blog.
So that's our community page. So I'll post them there. That's where the pictures that you saw tonight are. That's where my comments, some of our videos from It's Not a Restoration, etc., etc. So it's under community. Okay, so let's go back, and I'm just going to run through these real quick. So this is in the Santa Fe, New Mexico, and it's called Kumbaya Shoppers. And this was written by a guy who went to the same book signing that Forrest reviewed in one of his recent scrapbooks on Dale's site, the Eli Levin book signing. So this is the same. This is an article from a different person about the same event. So this is some pretty cool stuff that he's come up with. This is a story from the Taos News, a gallery in Taos Fenn keeping its zoning. I think that was the Leon Gaspard house that had commercial zoning.
So nice in photographs.
What's up?
Absolutely love her. Oh, just singing.
That's a continuation of the article. Let's see. Real estate.
Hey, John Bobbitt's here.
John Wayne, how are you doing, sir?
I'm going to go look for the treasure chest in October, same spot.
So this is a story about this is in the Belleville telescope. I don't even know where Belleville is. Where is? Oh, Kansas. Rex Aerosmith, former partner, becomes leading art dealer in the West. Rex Aerosmith's possessive former partner. So that's a story about Fenn.
Aha.
So I won't Forrest Fenn departing today for unusual mission in Russia. That's when he got all the Russian painters in one show. So I will post each of these articles to the community page, and you guys can, do what you want with them. Download them. You have John Warner's permission.
Should read that one from John Warner because
Read that one.
Like goes together. This is also from John Warner. Hi, Toby. This map should be your backdrop image for Forrest's birthday show. See you next week. We're just going to show it instead. But it's very cool.
Okay. So this is, John sent us, it's an article that was written in, what did we say?
2013.
January of 2013 by an Italian newspaper.
And the title of this email is, I love this map. There's only one search state.
Right. So again, this was written in 2013 before Forrest discovered the Rocky Mountains. So there was the only search state at that time was New Mexico. And when they did this interview for this Italian newspaper, they drew that map. That's their drawing, and they describe it down here below. I will post this to this.
But that does make me wonder if that's the
community
map
page.
that Illinois Ghost works off of.
Oh, I don't know.
That he talked about.
Well, it shows here, and I can't make it any bigger here than it is. You guys, again, can download it. It says, Katia el tesoro in verse.
The treasure hunt in verse.
The treasure hunt in verse in New Mexico.
Mexico.
And then what's interesting about this is it looks like the section that this is in is a chat about poetry. So they were looking at...
It's poetic characters. So it's like the literary
right, the literary
portion
page,
of
right?
their newspaper.
And then it says, let's see, after having survived Vietnam and cancer, Forrest Fenn, a rich gallery owner, he has hidden a treasure in the territory of the conquistadores.
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 Conquistadores is how they would say it.
And he, let's see, and he's...
If the clues are in
the clues are in a poem.
No one has found it.
And nobody has found the treasure. So it's an interesting article. The problem is you can't cut and paste. If you want to translate this, you're going to have to do it typing it into your gallery. But it was kind of a neat article, and it looks like they came in contact with Forrest and got the information they needed. At the bottom of this map, I don't know whether you can see it right at the bottom here, is what looks to me like Forrest Fenn's signature. So
yeah, it looks like the poem.
Yeah, it is definitely the poem in English.
In a handwritten looking font.
Right. Yeah. So I get maybe one of their artists
and then
did
his
that
signature at the bottom.
and had him sign it, or they
Possibly.
Borrowed, quote, borrowed his
Could
signature.
be.
Anyway, January of 1983. I'm sorry, January of 1983. January of 2013. Don't want to start any crazy stuff there, do we?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you again from John, and I will post that image to the community page so you guys can download it and have some fun with it. Is it my turn? I go back to full screen. So last email of the night, my Saul from Garnon.
Garner?
Garnon. Garnun. Garnon.
Oh, it's a person.
As opposed to what?
I thought you were talking the night, like he was saying your solve in Gardner.
Oh.
You know.
No, he says
Yeah.
The title of the subject line is my Saul. Toby and Shelley, I have enjoyed you allowing searchers to email and or call in their solves. After months of careful thought, I am reluctantly ready to share mine. Why reluctantly? What is your preferred way? I can email a few pictures in advance, but it would also be helpful if I could call and walk you through it while you have my location pulled up live on Google Earth. I think it may be one of the best straightforward interpretations of the poem yet. Your thoughts? Okay, so based on our previous experience with this kind of approach, here's what we recommend. Send us the pictures so that we can show the pictures. Rather than having me scramble through Google Earth. You just screen cap your Google Earth things, send them to us, and then send me a text message with your phone number. You just send me a text message letting me know that you're Garnon, and we will call you on Friday's show, and you can walk through it. But my only advice to you is keep it under 10 minutes, because by about 10 minutes, everybody in the room's going nuts, right? Like, oh, please end this, end the torture. So how about you got
And
10
they're all
minutes
just
on
sending
Friday?
a super chat to make us hang up on you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, send me a text message and let me know it's you, Garnon, and then send me all the imagery so I can walk through it rather than looking for it on Google Earth, because that just gets nuts. We've done that before. And we got to do it all in 10 minutes. Otherwise, the room starts to revolt.
Revolting. They become revolting.
The room revolts.
Night for now. Looking forward to meeting you on Monday. Oh,
we're looking
she's
forward
gone
to it.
sleep.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
Karen.
it's already her. It's 9, close to 10 there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do.
Do what?
Oh,
Texts?
we didn't do hello chat room. Second place. Text time.
We got world famous gamer and Blvd Jenkins are in the room.
WFG. So the Warners are going to be out here on next week,
Monday.
and they are going to. We're going to visit with them on Monday.
They're going to go shoot bears.
They're going to go shoot some bears. All right. So let's see what we have in the text message. Oh, okay. We'll save the outgoing call for a little bit later. Call the person. So this is from 801. Don't forget, if you're sending us a text message, at least include your first name or your pseudonym and the state from which you are calling so that we know a little bit more about you. We promise not to make fun. Well, no, I don't think we promised that. But so this is from 801. Call the person who found that treasure. I need to be added to the list for this month. I will get the chest this Saturday morning. Searcher Doug Orme. So Dougorme. I love the show. Thanks, guys. So he's going to get it this Saturday.
Okie dokie.
So he wants to make sure that other guy that called us today
Orme.
didn't already get the treasure, so he doesn't waste
On
his
the rooster
time.
roster.
On the rooster roster, Doug. This is from area code 918. Hi, Toby and Shelley. William Goswick here. In the first stanza of the hint of where, the only state you can spell out in the first stanza is Colorado. Just saying. You keep searching in Colorado, William. We strongly recommend that searchers
Very pretty there.
continue to search in beautiful Colorado. Let's see, voicemail, but no recognizable audio. 2 voicemails. So that was from, I think that was our friend from area code 602. No, different 602. That's too bad. Let's see. 240 says, still stuttering. What does that mean? Oh, you know what?
When we were having
He was
issues
critical
with our
of
sound.
being critical of our, not critical, but letting us know our audio is bad. Okay, this one is from area code 650. That's San Francisco, isn't it? Hypothetical. If Forrest convinced you the chest is hidden in Yellowstone, where is the first place you would search? Yellowstone.
First place I would search, it would be New Mexico. Because he tells everybody it's in Yellowstone.
Exactly. Yeah, he would have to be pretty convincing. He would have to be more than, hey, have you seen the webcam that shows Old Faithful?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a standard pitch. There have been people that have made airplane reservations on that comment alone. So, let's see. William Sparks gives me his number, says 50% for me, 50% for Gypsy's Kiss. Oh, so you're talking about you want us to go look for the treasure for you. William, if it is within our reach, no, we're not looking for treasure. We can't do that. That would be, we just have
You
too
did
many of
promise
those requests.
George.
George, I have George. I promise. I had to, he just needs that one little bit of support, and that's a good drive. We'll go north. We'll do some fishing. Okay, so let me first. William Sparks, we're just not, I know, 50-50, but we're just not searching.
Hello, Trent.
We're not going.
Bruce in the Facebook room.
Let me see. Okay, so let me get rid of this. So all the imagery that I showed you tonight from the newspapers that John Warner sent me, I will post that to the community blog, and you guys can figure out what to do with it there. Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to do that.
You gotta watch that mouth, mister.
Oh, watch out for that mouth. Hold on, I just closed my Chrome page, and now I can't. Give me just one. Let's see, new window.
Too many
That was
videos.
that's silly.
Where are we at? What are we doing?
We are
What's
at open phone lines.
Okie dokie then.
Hang on.
Calling that person back first? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to call him first. Let me open up my dashboard so I can see what's going on. Otherwise, I won't know what's going on. I accidentally closed it. Oh, rats. Oh, by the way, we now have to use the new YouTube.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like everything we use is still in old format, so you still got to go other features, and it takes you back. It's like dumb.
They're dumb. YouTube.
Don't even have it ready yet, and you're forcing everybody to use it.
YouTube has been good to us, although they demonetized.
Yeah, well.
Let's not get into that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do this afternoon. When we were doing Shelley's show, Shelley opened up on the softer side. Shelley opened up the phone lines, hoping that one of the members in the chat room there would call in and we could talk. What was the topic today?
It was about trying to control it.
Yeah, how
You just can't do it.
can't control
Obviously, that's why we get a
people.
phone.
So we open up the phone line, we get a phone call. Yeah, we can't control other people. And this guy launches.
Oh no, bad sound again.
Oh no. What did I do to hanky up the sound? Let me try one other thing, guys. Let me try one thing. Okay, so tell me if the sound has improved anything, because I just tried one thing, and I'm going to have to go around to the back side here. Just talk to them.
Talk to them. Okay. Unplug Shelly's headset. That's not going to make a difference. It's plugged into the soundboard, just like everything else is plugged into the soundboard. Still choppy, no good. No bueno. Bad. It's windy. We're opening up your Chrome, says Virginia Man.
check. Okay, we restarted our soundboard. No, it's not the internet. Our internet is fine. It's somewhere in Windows. It's somewhere in Windows. Because every time Windows does an update, we get the same problem. Ooh, that's not good. Sassy says it happened at the same minute mark. I wonder what that means. Any better? When Toby closed and opened Chrome. Helen K says, as soon as, okay, I'm closing Chrome. Let's see if that helps. I won't have any information whatsoever in front of me. Where's the... Okay, I've closed Chrome. Does that help? I'm going to type it in here so you guys can see it. No, the stream is green. I can see the stream. It's not the stream. Yeah, it's not sound settings. We're
It's working, fixed.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
Turning off the internet, Chrome or whatever.
That is weird.
Well, I had my headset off. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Task. Let me just make sure it's off in here too. Okay. I'm going to end that task, which means now I can't see the chat room.
Well,
You can see
here,
it there.
right here.
Okay. All right. So we have Chrome off.
Yep.
I need a... This is a 32 gigabyte. It is in Windows. Pardon?
What do you need?
I just need to know what's going on in the room.
Oh, it's right there.
All right. Can I look at it from here just in case?
Yeah.
All right. So here's where we are. I am going to go back. So Bluetooth is okay. That's connected. So I'm not sure what the relationship between Chrome, Windows, and OBS is, guys. We'll have it figured out by Friday, even if it means opening Chrome on a completely different platform, because that's just plain stupid as far as I'm concerned. And I mean stupid in the what's up with Chrome and Windows, and why aren't they cooperating? It's not
It's
like
that whole update thing.
It's not like Google and Microsoft don't like each other. Okay, back to where I was when this disaster first started. I think it's interesting. By the way, I want to thank you guys in the room for noticing that it was when I was closing and opening Chrome. That is just, you guys are very aware. All right. While all of that happened, we did get some additional, I think, messages. Let me see what's going on here. No transcription. They didn't leave a message. 801 says it's working now. All right. Thank you, 801. And 240 says you started stuttering again, but now it sounds great. So we are back. It's not us. We're not intentionally going like that. Okay. We're not intentionally trying to make funny sounds.
We're not trying to irritate anybody.
No, we're not. Okay. So here's the deal. Let me, I'm going to call, now I don't know what's going to happen here. Because
let us know.
It's kind of a weird. If you go back to the softer side, you can get into about 40 minutes into the softer side when this guy called, and you can pick up on it there. But
we were like, "What the what?
What the what?" So let me call and let's see what happens. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do here.
And then we got what his answering service or something.
Right, we got the answering. Let's see, because he probably doesn't know who's calling him. It's an 866 number.
Oh, hello. You have reached the phone line of Reuben Duncan, the official lead searcher of the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt. I am on a boots on the ground right now near Yellowstone, and I can't answer your call, but leave a message and I'll try to later.
Reuben Duncan, this is Toby Eunice and Shelley Carney. We are calling you to ask us to tell your story about you finding, as you were trying to do this afternoon, on the softer side. We want to hear more about your recovery of the infamous Forrest Fenn treasure chest. So if you get this message before 9 o'clock Mountain Standard, Mountain Daylight Time, please feel free to call us back at this number, 866-597-9901. Reuben, we look forward to calling you or speaking with you.
He's got a 2020 from Good Elcon.
Hey, Good Elcon. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Eugene.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because when we called this afternoon and left him a message, he didn't have
The voicemail set
set up. So now,
I think he had that set
let's play
for
that
us.
again just so you can hear what
They
he's
want
saying.
to see the phone call video.
From the softer side?
They want to see the phone call video.
Oh. Okay, here we go.
You'll know who it is.
Okay, we weren't quite there, Juno, but let's see. Okay, phone lines. Here it goes.
Hello.
Hello?
Who's there? I'm talking. Hello.
Hello. Who is this?
You know what this is.
Okay, so I'm going to call him again.
Damon Jacobs.
Damon, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call him again just because I want to hear his greeting, his voicemail greeting. And what I want to point out is this afternoon when I called him, so we finished Shelley's show, and I called him back, and I wanted to explain, because I had to hang up on him. He was talking about treasure, and we were talking about how to control other people, or how you, no, not how to control, how you can't control other people. So the only option I had was to hang up on him, but I wanted to call him back and say, I'll call you tonight, let him know. And when I called, I got his voicemail, but he didn't have a voicemail greeting. So here's my hypothesis. The hypothesis is he got my message, the message that I left this afternoon, and he put a new greeting on his phone. So let's play that greeting again, because this is what he was trying to tell us this afternoon. So hang on, let's play this.
Hello, you have reached the phone line of Reuben Duncan, the official lead searcher of the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt. I am on a boot on the ground right now near Yellowstone, and I can't answer your call, but leave a message and I'll try to later.
All right. So we won't leave him a second message, but as you can see, his name is Reuben Duncan. He's the quote official lead searcher, unquote, and he's searching in Yellowstone. So we'll see if he calls us back this evening. If not, I'll speak with him and we can talk with him on Friday.
Lucy, you get designated as the lead searcher when you say, "Hey, I'm the lead searcher."
Right. I'm the designated. I'm the official lead searcher. That's all you have to do to say it.
That's all anybody's ever done.
Okay. So as at the request of Juno. The phone lines are now officially open. Please feel free to call in and talk about the frustration of running a show in the context of Chrome and Windows, or ask questions about the search that you don't know the answers to, because we don't either, but we always have the answers anyway. So that'll be fun. Phone lines are officially open. Or if you just have some news to break, if you have any breaking news, like you found the treasure, and we can go to bed early.
Or you know where it's at, and
or you know
somebody
where it's
already
at.
found it, and you found a hole, and then we could play the second place video. And
Yeah. We
I
always
just wanted
like
to
those
say
stories.
a crazy story, and we could play Crazy Birds for you.
Oh, that's what we need. We need to really, I'm not going to challenge people to tell a crazy story, because then they will call and tell a crazy story. So just call and talk to us, because we're lonely. We only have each other, and we run out of stuff to say. As you can tell, we never have enough.
That's why we have to have parties, you know.
Yeah,
Other
so we
people
can
to
have other
talk
people.
to. So that we just sit here and look at each other. What'd you do today? Oh, same thing I did yesterday. Trying to take over the world.
Is that our conversations?
I think actually it was Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Buckets Prospecting. That's in the room from Tombstone, Arizona.
It's in Ojo
Mexico.
Caliente, New Mexico. Hush Whisper says.
Sassy,
Sassy says, "You want me to
you're always
call?
welcome
A
to
call? You, Sassy, you're always welcome to call with your
Everybody
ideas.
is.
So everybody's welcome to call. We want
That's right.
everybody to call. We want you fighting to get that line.
Yeah, like Joel
Now,
Lewicki always does.
if like Joel Lewicki always does, if you end up with a voicemail and you want us to call you after the previous call, send a text message just saying, "Call me when you get a chance," or the equivalent thereof.
He hired someone to follow him and carry this huge flag that says Forrest Fenn Lead Searcher.
Yeah, that sounds like something that. Ojo Caliente. When are we drinking at Ojo Caliente? When did that
They
one
said
come
that
up?
was word number 2.
Oh, okay. There we go. We got a call.
Oh, we got a call now.
Area code 330. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley on A Gypsy's Kiss. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what are your observations on this search?
I'm sorry, the observations on what?
On the treasure hunt? On Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt?
Oh, I was aware that you guys were going somewhere on the 15th, and I was just wondering where that might be and if it wasn't search related.
On the 15th of
We're going
what?
the 7th through the 15th.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go back to the beginning, though. What's your name and what's at least your first name, and where are you calling from?
Oh, my name's Sean, and I'm calling from Ohio.
Sean in Ohio. So, Sean, we have a vacation trip planned the middle of September. The itinerary is listed on our community blog page. And we are going north from New Mexico through Colorado, Wyoming, Yellowstone, therefore Montana, and back down through the Tetons into Colorado again over a 9-day period. But all the details are in our community blog. We posted them there last week.
Okay.
But we're
I'm
not
interested in reading that.
Yeah, we're not searching. We're just going on vacation.
Yeah, so just go to our YouTube
Oh, that's
page
too
and
bad.
click on the community tab, and you'll be able to see
You're
the
going right
itinerary.
past one of my hot spot that I believe.
Oh, really? What could you share which state it's in?
Yeah, sure, Wyoming.
Wyoming. Well, we
I'm
are
sure
going to go through the Teton area. Of course, we're going to be in Yellowstone because we're driving from Cody through Yellowstone to West Yellowstone. We're overnighting both in. Are we overnighting in Cody or?
Well, I was thinking more in the Lander area.
Yeah.
Kind of made me nervous. You guys going out towards that way for a second time.
No.
I've believed Lander for I'd say at least 8 years now, and don't think that I have thought of the last clue until my daughter brought it to my attention, and that was just in the last 8 months or so.
Oh, wow.
Before the last time I don't know if you guys went out there before my daughter bringing this to my attention.
Yeah, we were in the Lander area in 2017.
All right. Well, I mean, I already feel I shouldn't give so much of my information out before heading out there, but I was just wondering if you guys weren't going to search in that area.
We're not searching in any of the areas that we're traveling through. We're mostly going to take pictures and just to visit the place. And Shelley and Kevin are researching locations for their retirement that include Cody, a couple of places in Colorado. So it's more of a vacation. If you look at the road trip, if you look at the itinerary, there's a lot of driving and very little time for much else except for a couple of pictures. We are coming back through the Tetons and Lander, but we're not stopping in Lander, right?
Yeah, we're spending the night in Lander.
Oh, yeah.
probably. But we got the cheese
Congratulations on
wheels.
retiring.
Oh, well, they haven't yet. They have how many more
About
years?
another 5 years at
Yeah,
least.
they have 5 years, but Kevin is the
Oh, I
kind of
just
guy
kicked the
that
camera. Everybody went, whoa!
Kevin is the kind of guy that does his planning early. So yeah, they're just looking for places, and we had always wanted to make a trip up north just to get some pictures taken and maybe.
Not sure if I'm on the air or not, but
Yes, you are.
I mean, it kind of would be nice to have somebody foot on the ground for you that you could trust and check out a spot.
Yeah, we have had
know?
those kinds of requests before, and there's no way for us to handle all of them. So we just generally say no, thank
know.
you.
DB Cooper
But
going to
you're going
Lander
to be in the
tomorrow.
area, and if I showed you something legit, probably within one sentence, you would probably drop your jaw, and be like, "Are you serious?"
Well,
And then you would look this up, and this is why I've thought that you guys found the treasure already and were hoaxing everybody with your internet YouTube channel,
Yeah.
just drawing more and more people into.
That'd be a really
So
long hoax.
with where I thought of, and I didn't even hear of you guys for years and years.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I thought my location, and it wasn't until years later that I seen you guys on YouTube, and I was like, oh my God! I told my dad, I said, look, these people are looking in the same location as me. What are the chances? And my first thought of hearing Sinks Canyon was where warm water is halt at the bottom of a bathtub.
Yeah.
And multiple people I've shared the story with, they think plumbing, bathroom, something simple, everything's simple on my solve, and I don't know. I have nobody to talk to about it, because if your efforts will be worth the cold shoulder everybody gives you when you tell them that you're looking for a treasure.
Yeah, we know the feeling.
Or you call it the Popo Aggie.
So,
surprised I still have you on the line right now.
Okay, so a couple of things.
Live shows, though,
yeah, we are doing live. You are on the air, so don't share any of your information, because there's 100 and some people in the room that will go look for that location. The only suggestion. The only suggestion I can make is that when you do get to Lander and you start talking to the folks in there, make sure that
I've been there before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I was doing a hotel job right there, the Holiday Inn Express. I was there for 2 months, maybe 10 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And when my dad introduced me to the memoir and I read through it, he said, "Oh, it's something that you'd be interested in." Needless to say, but I got out of jail. I did a short bid on some stupid medication my grandma gave me a pill, and I got in trouble with it. But needless to say, I got out of jail. My dad was like, "Here, give you something, interesting." And I read through it, and first thing I thought of when I seen something, I think it's the clues and the aberrations hanging out on the outs. It sparked my memory to Lander, and I don't know. I need to quit talking about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Lander
is as good a choice as any, and you should, before much longer, take
I wrote Forrest. I didn't get any reply back, and of course, I mean, either he's busy or I might have hit a nail on its head, and I described to him exactly what the blaze is, and I mean, you could play the rooster on me.
No. You played the rooster is played when you tell me that you're convinced you know where the treasure is, and that you're going to get it.
No, I cannot. I cannot wait to get boots on the ground again. Wyoming's beautiful state, and I can't wait to get back there. And I'll let you guys get back.
All right. Thank you for calling, and good luck with your search. All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
One of the interesting things is that there's there's something in every one of us, every person, that you feel this urgency, regardless of what your solution is. There's some urgency to share that with someone, but not share enough so that they can go get it instead of you. So there's a real conundrum there that I think people experience, because you want to share it, you want to tell people that you're going or where you think it is, but you don't want to share too much information, enough information, so that they can steal it away from you, whether or not it's correct. Because I don't know anyone that I could tell my theory to and have them say, "Oh man, I am going up there tomorrow."
Well, we have had people say that. And
because
we just
our
luck.
theory is, their theory is as good as anyone else's, including us. So that's kind of the fun of this treasure hunt, is you can't be wrong, right? You can't be right. It's like having
You can't be right.
it's like having a lottery ticket. You can't be wrong until the lottery is drawn. Okay, hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley, and give us your name and where you're calling from, and then turn down your computer so that, there you go. So, he just hung up. Okay.
Or just hang up. Your choice.
Forrest just hung up on us, damn it. He was calling to say thank
Invite
you for
us
wishing
to
him
his
his
party,
birthday.
right?
No, what I was going to say is, if you're going to call, before you call, turn off your the audio on your computer, because it's going to sound like that call that we just had where it just confusing. There we go. Here's the same guy. Let's see if we got it. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation on the search? Oops.
Hello. Forrest just hung up on us, damn it.
Uh-oh.
You got to turn your computer down.
Oh, hello?
Hi. Turn your audio down on the computer.
I turned it down.
Okay, good. Who is this and where are you calling from?
This is Lucy from North Carolina.
Oh,
Is this Lucy? I love Lucy. Lucy?
no, it's the different Lucy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Lucy from
Lucy
North
H.
Carolina.
Different Lucy.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm actually just getting started. I started about 3 weeks ago looking into this, the search.
Uh-huh.
So I'm new.
Yeah. We were all new at one time or the other.
Yeah, and of course I already feel like I know where it's at.
You know what?
Good.
That is in the nature. It's what keeps us going. Because if you're new
Exactly.
and you don't know where the treasure is, then you're not really a searcher.
Then you just hang out with others.
Yeah. Being
do.
new and knowing where the treasure is goes hand in hand. So let's see, how do I
Right.
do this without, in what state do you think the treasure is?
Wyoming.
Wyoming, that's a good one. So that's about, they're broken up pretty evenly in terms of percentages. New Mexico's just a little bit higher, but not by much. Wyoming's a good choice, good place to start, because honestly, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people have switched back to New Mexico. Is there any particular reason why a lot of people have decided to think it's down there now?
I don't know. I think statistically speaking, there are as many people that have switched back to New Mexico as people switching from New Mexico to other states. It's just what
really?
Yeah, it's just we do a survey every year. And one of the questions in the survey is, in which state do you believe Fenn hid that treasure? And the plurality, not the majority, but the plurality is New Mexico. And then Wyoming and Montana are about even, and then Colorado is in fourth place. But over the years that we've been doing this survey, the numbers haven't changed. The numbers have always been almost exactly the same. So there are people who search New Mexico for a while and say to themselves, it's not here, I'm going to Wyoming. And there are people who search in Montana for a while and say, it's not here, I'm going to New Mexico. But in the grand scheme of, we had close to 350 respondents in our survey this year. And and the numbers hadn't changed significantly from last year. So it stays about the same from year to year.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a rooster? Is that somebody who thinks they already know where it's at? That's a new searcher?
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be necessarily a new searcher, because we have old searchers that say, I know where the treasure is and I'm going to get it, or the equivalent thereof. So that can happen to anybody.
Okay.
And so we invented the rooster to help them kind of get through it. But we also have what's called the rooster roster, where people volunteer to say what month they're going to get the chest. And we put them on the rooster roster. And I don't know if you heard it earlier, there are probably about 15 people. Hang on.
That's only 15 people are on it.
16.
No, there are 16 people that claim they're going to recover the treasure.
But some of them have already gone out this month and have
That's
not
right.
found it.
In the month
so-
of August.
Yeah.
So that's just the ones that are going to get it in August.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Well, I'm not sure when I can go. I live in North Carolina, so
yeah, well,
it
that's,
might be a little while before I can go out there.
you know what? The treasure will be there waiting for you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, when you decide to go out, the treasure will be there waiting for you, I'm sure.
I hope so. I hope. It would be terrible if I'm about to head out and, then somebody finds it right before I head that way.
You know what? Here's what we tell everybody. You're going to find, if you're coming from North Carolina, the difference between the environments, the ecology, the geology, the altitude between where you are in North Carolina and where you are in the Rocky Mountains is just worth the trip. We get lots of people who come out here who have never been to the Rockies before and are always amazed at how beautiful and different it is. And they are not disappointed that they didn't find the treasure. The way that we've always looked at it is, and I've been on boots on the ground 32 times in 3 different states. Shelley has been 11 times in 3 different states. And each time you learn something new. Now, we have a distinct advantage in that we're in New Mexico and not North Carolina. But, our friend Jono, who was here, he's been here for 4 weeks total. He comes with his family from the UK, and basically what they do is they put aside their savings so that they can make this trip to the U.S. Every year to look for the treasure. And the impression that I get is that each time they visit, he feels like he's a little bit closer. And he hasn't changed. He's still looking in I think it's Montana, right? Montana.
I don't know where he's looking.
It's up north. It's definitely not in New Mexico. But
Right.
they continue to return, and I've never heard him say anything bad about his visits. He's always been up about his visits, and then he starts looking forward to next year.
Well, the good thing about it is he gets to have an adventure with his family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah,
Which is what Forrest wanted anyway. So
that's exactly what he wanted.
and here, my plan is if I do find it, I think I'll probably leave some of it behind. So that way, everybody can, maybe come and get the rest of it.
Continue to be crazy about
that way
it.
the search won't stop.
Yeah, that's.
And then, if I do know where it's at and I leave some behind, I might, if I get a lot of money out of it, I might eventually go back and put things in it and stuff like that as well.
You could very well.
So, I don't know. I do have a solve, and it's just from the poem.
Yeah, which is the right way to
Only
do it.
poem.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Right.
The poem with a little bit of support from the book.
Yeah, I just ordered the book today from Amazon, so it
Oh,
should
my
be here
goodness.
before the 30th.
How much did you pay for it on Amazon?
A lot.
Yeah. So
I think it was like 60 something.
oh my God.
could
So
send it
for
back.
those of you, yeah, just return it. Are you an Amazon Prime user?
Yeah.
Return it.
Yes.
Let me tell you why. Call Collected Works Bookstore tomorrow in Santa Fe, and they'll send it to you for $35 plus shipping. They sell it at the original price. And I recommend that to any. If you're
Oh, really?
watching this and you haven't purchased your copy of The Thrill of the Chase, call Collected Works Bookstore in Santa Fe. Order it over the phone. They charge you the original price of $35
Plus tax.
plus tax and shipping, and you'll get it via the media rate. So it takes a little bit longer to get there. Amazon, eBay, if you're buying it on any place else other than the Collected Works, you're going to pay a premium price for it. And they will have bought it for $35. So the difference is profit to them.
Right. Well, yeah, I wish that. Yeah, I do wish I would have known that because it was expensive.
Yeah, but it's on its way,
Yeah,
and it's a small investment for.
it.
It's a small investment for a searcher to make in order to be to have the things that they need to be able to find this treasure.
Right, because like I've been using the poem. I figured I need to get the book, so at least I can see if that verifies and try to find the clues in that to see if it goes with what I came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody know what the clues are for sure in the book? Has anybody figured out what they are 100%?
No one has.
Have?
There's lots of theories. We know a couple of things about it, and that is when Fenn was asked, he said that everything you need to know is in the poem. If you read the book, you'll find a couple of hints and a couple of aberrations around the edges. Those are his words. So a couple of hints and a couple of aberrations around the edges. And when you read the book, if you do it carefully, you're going to find what you think are several aberrations around the edges. And what I mean by that is they don't fit where they're written. There's something about them that is different from the surrounding writings. That's what I think of as aberrations. So, but you'll enjoy reading the book. You can read the book in one sitting. You can read it in an afternoon.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, I'm excited to get the book so I can.
GL Cannon reminded us to let you know that if you order from Collected Works, you can actually ask them to have Forrest sign your book at no extra charge. It might add a week to your delivery, but you'll have a Forrest Fenn signed copy of The Thrill of the Chase.
Okay, that's a great idea, yeah. And one last question.
Sure.
As far as Forrest, I know he used to be out in the public a lot more and talking to everybody, and he's kind of like, you don't see him out as much anymore, right?
Well, first of all, he's 89. Secondly, there's not much else he can do with the search. He's done as much as he can in terms of promotion, including writing 2 additional memoirs that he didn't plan on writing. He does provide what he calls as scrapbooks to Dale Neitzel's site, so he communicates with them. He does provide questions and answers to Mysterious Writings to Jenny Kyle's site. But other than that, the only communications that he has, to the best of my knowledge, are with the people with whom he has the best relationships. And a couple of them are in our chat room tonight. Yeah. But he's stopped answering all the emails that say, I know where the treasure is and I'm going to get it, or this is my solution, what do you think? All of those he's cut back. And if you send him an email with other than happy birthday, I imagine, he's not going to respond, so don't take that personally.
Yeah, thought about doing that, but I was thinking he probably received so many emails.
Yeah, he does. And
probably gotten a lot and try to answer everyone.
Right. He's promised his family and his doctor that he would cut back on the time he spends with it. And you got to imagine at 89, a survivor of cancer, that at some point he's got to just step back and let this happen. Because the other thing that he's aware is that one day he's going to pass away, and he's not going to have control of what happens after that.
Is he still planning to go back to that spot?
No, he claims that he hasn't been back since he hid the treasure, and that he has no intention of going back. There's no reason for him to go back.
Well, I know he said that would be his final resting place. Is he still thinking that or
no? That decision, when he was talking about that was a decision that he was thinking about when he was dealing with cancer. At the time, he was 58, and he started devising this plan that rather than go through the trials and tribulations of cancer, as had his father had pancreatic cancer, which is much more debilitating. And his father ended up committing taking pills to put himself to sleep one night. And Forrest had decided
I've seen that.
that if the cancer was going to be as difficult for him as it was for his father, he was going to take this chest of treasures that he collected and put it in a special place and lay down and take his pills and maybe a bottle of Jack Daniels and lay down and die
Right.
next to the chest. So,
Okay.
but there was a point at which he realized that that was impossible for him to do. He would leave a trail.
Yeah, I think I seen something that said that he didn't think that would be right to do his family like that, to just, go somewhere and disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he decided not to do that.
So, all right, Lucy. Well, thank you for calling in. We appreciate your call. Good luck in your search. And if you ever get out this area, let us know, and we can visit with you, have some coffee or something.
I'll do it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. You have a good evening.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye now. See, that's what I mean. I think just sometimes people just want to talk about what they're thinking. They don't necessarily feel like they need to share their solution. They just want to talk about it with somebody who's not going to look at them like they're nuts. Although we do get a couple of people who we go like, okay, that was just nuts, but that was not nuts. That was just some lady.
Don't forget we have a playlist of book club on our channel. If you're new here and you haven't seen it yet, we do go through the Thrill of the Chase chapter at a time, and sometimes even less because some of the chapters are quite long. We broke them up a little bit.
I would open Chrome and do a screenshot, but I'm hesitant to do that.
So just look for that playlist, book club, on our YouTube channel. I was thinking about finishing up that book. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that. So
finishing, what do you mean
the
finishing?
little companion to the Thrill of the Chase.
Oh, yeah, because
companion book.
Shelley did a great job of researching each of
But I
the
hadn't
chapters.
finished,
Pardon me?
putting it together. Hadn't finished putting it together. I never got around to it.
She researched and documented each chapter, and that's what we used as the basis for our conversations as we went through each chapter. I think it would be great if she put that...
In all my spare time.
All right, so this is from Mark Anthony, and he says, call me after the show if you could regarding last week's email. I know what happened now. Oh, I don't know what happened. Well, Mark, we only call during shows. You can, if you want to call after the show, just leave a voicemail and we'll play the next show, or let us know and we'll call you back during the show. We try not to call other than outside the show because we want everybody to share in the experience. It says I answered Sassy's call. Did Sassy call?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sassy, did you call? Because it says I answered it. I don't remember answering your call. Okay. By the way, phone lines are open if you want to call us and
Maybe it
share.
was one of those Joe Lewicki situations.
Ew, you think?
Could be. They called at the same time.
Called
and
exactly
read her
the same
name,
time.
but
All right,
the other person
Sassy.
got through.
Sassy, you know what I should have done? I deleted that. Sassy, send me a text message and I'll call you. How's that? That way you don't have to worry about what the heck, Shelley? Don Davidson, what's that?
I don't know. I guess because I didn't finish the book.
Oh, yeah, it's really, really, really good research. So maybe when we get some time, we'll work on it.
Maybe. I have to pull out all the quotes so that I'm not stealing any.
Here we go.
copyright
Here's
stuff.
Sassy. All right, we got it here. Hey, Sassy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now we got you.
Okay. Yeah, I called. I got the machine.
Oh, yeah. All right, because it said we answered your call, and I knew I hadn't answered it. So what's new?
Oh, I'm having an excruciating bummer of a boots on the ground.
What does that mean?
Well, I had somebody, that I know that lives in New Mexico go look and found way more than we bargained for to tie everything in. And then, of course, there's nothing there as usual, And it was just so hard because if you're not physically there and you're looking at all these pictures and video and like, oh yeah, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. And then of course there's nothing, and you're half a continent away and can't say, oh, look under that rock. It was a little frustrating, but it was a really good search. I mean, and right up to the end, it had things that filled in the blanks more than I ever thought would with that solve. So that was interesting.
So the person that you were working with, were they actually sending you live video of the area that they were searching, or this is video that they made and then shared with you later?
Well, she would take video as she was looking, and then she'd run up to the top of the hill to get the signal, and then call me and send it all, you know, and then I'd be looking at things on the phone and say, okay, look at this, and this, and you know, but it was hard we finally, at the very last day, we figured out how to use Google Earth to track her so that she had a path on the Google Earth map so I could actually see where she was.
Wow. Very innovative.
That's a really interesting tool.
Mm-hmm.
She just turns her Google Earth on her phone, and then as she's hiking, it tracks her. And then when she's at the end of her trail, she can hit end and email me the route that she took, and it'll show it on Google Earth.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that feature was available. We use InReach, which is the satellite system. So apparently this is good as long as you have cell phone service, right? Mm. You would have to have cell phone service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Google Earth thing seemed to work pretty good whether she had cell phone service or not. It still kept track of the path that she was doing down below the that she had to go up to get cell phone service. That's a really interesting tool, and we came across it by accident, and I highly recommend it to anybody that is trying to review where they've, you know, because a lot of people use Google Earth to look at their location and see what they can find, and to have an actual trail to follow, and this is what everything looks like on the ground, you know, is interesting.
You know, it would be fun testing that to see what kind of, and it makes sense because your phone does have a GPS tracker in it, right? So you don't need cell service for that. There is it absorbs a GPS signal, and it's combining that with your instance of Google Earth and providing you that information. It's not necessarily, like you said, real time. So I'll take a look at that and see if there's anything. Maybe I can run a test and collect some video simultaneously while doing the Google Earth GPS thing, and then see how we can combine them.
I think it's called Journey. And now I was using Google Earth Pro on my MacBook Pro, and she was using her Google Earth on her iPhone. And what she would do is at the end, it would make a thing called a journey, and it was a little file, and she'd just email it to me. And then I could click on it, and it would open up in Google Earth Pro. Google Earth Pro is not much different from regular.
Yeah.
Downloaded full application, not just on your browser. Google Earth is what it is.
Yeah.
And then so it would open it up, and it would plot out on the map the exact trail that she took, which was cool because while she was going on the trail, she was taking video too.
Now,
so then I could say, you know, go back down to that group of stumps, and instead of going left, go right and see if there's more. See, the weird thing was we found this trail of rock cairns that are marking a short, unmapped trail in this area where there are other trails. and it takes you up onto the top of a ledge. That underneath the ledge is it's like an overhang, and there's this little seating area thing that you can sit in, and it overlooks the whole valley and all the fishing lakes and the waterfall and everything. It's really beautiful.
Quick question. Let me ask you.
Trail.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Okay.
When I'm trying to get a sense, if you're looking at the trail that she was following using Google Earth, are you combining that with the video that she was taking? Does it play the video simultaneously with her Google Earth travels?
No, the video she was just taking on her iPhone.
Okay. Oh.
And she said, okay, and the map was so that I could see where she started and where she ended. Because at one point, even though the cairns were about every 40 or 50 feet, at one point she kind of lost the rocks, stack of rocks.
Yeah.
And she went the wrong way because she followed a deer trail rather than following the rocks. And I was like, no, go back down to this log clearing. There's a little clearing that was kind of logged off, just like the last picture in the book. Go back down there and go right and go look for another stack of rocks because the grass is a little bit long right now this time of year. And she found it, and then she continued up the slopes following the rock trail. And it came out on this ledge, this stone slab ledge, that if you looked down, you would see that there's a little cave overhang area in there.
Look like in the look quickly down thing. So did you say this was did you say this was in New Mexico?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's in the Sangria de Cristos or whatever they're called.
They're not Sangria de Cristos. Sangria is what you drink. It's Sangre de Cristos. And Sangre de Cristo. Okay. And that means the blood of Christ mountains.
Okay. Well, I was close.
That's right.
Well, let me tell you why they're called.
I never took Spanish. I never took Spanish. I just lived in California.
In California. So the reason they're called the Sangre de Cristos is the same reason that the sanded mountains that are outside my window here are called the Sandias, and that is when the sun sets low in the west because of the effect of longer rays. The mountains in Santa Fe turn red, and so they called them the Sangre de Cristos, the blood of Christ. And the Sandias turn red, and they're called watermelon. That's watermelon in Spanish. So, but that's from the effect of the sun on the mountains.
And angel fire, of course, is the brightest of them all.
Indeed.
And from this ledge, you could see angel fire.
Oh, really? Wow. So this was in the Sangre de Cristos, and you could see angel fire.
And if you drive your car and you walk about a half an hour up, and it's not the normal trail that is marked by, here you can hike on this trail with signs and stuff.
Not
There's
normal
a little
human
trail that takes off of that's marked by cairns that are like four rocks stacked up,
Yeah.
every 50 feet for about 200, 300, maybe 500 feet. It's about 500 feet from where you had your car.
Well, it sounds like an interesting solution. I'm sorry it didn't quite pan out, but if not this time, maybe the next time.
No, but it was fun. It was just super frustrating not actually being there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Especially if all you're getting is after the fact video where you can't say go back, because then they got to go back in order to do a follow up. So I'm going to do I'll do some research on this combination of Google Earth and Journey and video and see if there's a way, because it would be interesting for people to be able to do that, track where they're going, collect video, tie it to where it is on Google Earth, and maybe we could have a Google Earth map of all the places that the treasure isn't, with video to go along with it.
Yeah.
I think there's
I'm
something there.
thinking of putting together a slideshow of the solution with all the cool pictures that we got and everything for the marathon
Oh, for
next month.
it's did Christy and Mike announce it?
It's
Marathon.
on calendars. Yeah.
Did they announce a
They're going to
marathon
do
for
another
next month?
marathon. Yeah, I think it's September 14th.
We're traveling. That's when we're traveling, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be in Colorado.
Colorado.
With very little cell service.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that, and I look forward to the follow-up. I'm interested in seeing the solution, and I'll take a look at this combination of Google Earth and Journey and things like that to see if there's something there for us.
Yeah. It's called Journey from the iPhone, Google Earth. And all I know is that the file is readable by the computer version of Google Earth.
Right. Yeah.
So
because there's a file type. I think it's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Room. I think it's a KME file, something like that. That can be read by both the version on the on your smartphone as well as Google Earth on the computer. So.
Yeah, and the file looks like a KME, but it calls itself Journey or something like that.
All right. Well, I'll take a look.
I'll send you. You know what? I'll send you a copy of one of the files so you can see what it looks like.
Okay, that's good. And I'll take a look at it. I'll spend some time with it this weekend.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
Sassy. Thanks for calling in.
Cool.
We always look forward to your calls. And thanks for the info. I think it'll be fun to kind of research this out.
Welcome.
All right?
Talk to you soon.
We look forward to it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So we had check-in from Britt Chaser, who's now in New York with his family.
Is he still watching us?
No, he said he had to go get in a cab and get fleeced.
New York cabs. Yeah. Well, they don't actually fleece. It's all very regulated. It's just very expensive, especially if you're traveling with 4 people.
Yeah, everything in New York is expensive.
Yeah.
That's why I stay home.
He was. He had. That's why I stay home.
Stay home.
He had rented an. Was it a Yukon?
Yeah, XL.
Yeah, and a Yukon XL. Their rental vehicle was a Yukon XL. So it was pretty good size. They had a lot of room, but they had a lot of luggage too. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your observation on the search?
Hello.
Hello. You got to turn your computer down.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. Who is this?
Okay. Are we live on the air still? Or?
Yes.
We are live, and everybody's
Living
listening to what
color.
you have to say. So what's your name and where are you calling from?
Well, my name is Christopher, and I'm calling from the great state of Missouri.
Missouri, the show me state.
That's right.
I went to basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Yes, I'm very familiar with Fort Leonard Wood.
Yeah.
I have a kind of a question. I wanted to get your opinion on something, and I've got a solution solved, but the problem is that it's definitely not anywhere near where anybody has searched, and so I mean that might be a good thing. But when I read the poem, and I've been at this for quite some time, I kind of went a different direction than anybody else did. I really don't want to share it, of course, live, but I would definitely like to maybe talk more in depth at some point in time. But is there any chance that you think that it could be in a different location altogether than what anybody's even maybe brought up so far?
Well, let's put this in some kind of context. Forrest has shown us a map of where in which states the treasure may be hidden. That map included New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. And he made a comment about how it didn't go beyond the Canadian border. So the only question I have before we even continue is your solution in one of those 4 states?
Well, technically, the beginning of the solution would be, but where it ends is not.
I would be surprised then. because I have had solutions, I have heard solutions where the beginning of the solution was not in one of those 4 states, but the end of the solution was. I think that's possible. I don't think it's possible that the beginning of the solution is one of the 4 states and the end of the solutions is not. There is nothing about what Forrest has written or said that would imply to me it is any place outside New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, or Montana, that the treasure itself resides outside one of those 4 states.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I always thought maybe from just a theoretical standpoint, finding the treasure is part of the journey, and I don't know how theoretical he was in this. Obviously, it's a cryptid poem in some ways. So, but I do have a solve. I'm going to check it out. But it's very interesting the way it kind of pans out and how it works out. I'm kind of eager to boots on the ground and see how it works. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. And of course, I'm really reluctant to share a whole lot, especially on the air. But I think there's a lot more to this than what a lot of people understand, and I think that it's a lot more simple than a lot of people really give it credit for. So,
well, it's interesting that you say that. Let me ask about it, because I'm not going to ask you to tell us your solution. That I don't do that for anybody else. But you just said something that interested me, because in the space of 2 sentences, you said there's a lot more to this, and it's a lot more simple than people think. To me, that sounds like a contradiction in phrases. There's a lot more to this, and it's more simple than people think. How do you reconcile those 2 statements?
Well, I think people look at this as like kind of a traditional treasure where you go and you dig, or you go and you find, or it's under a rock here. But I think really some of the words have transliteral meanings to where it's not that it means something else. It's just that it's something that was kind of overlooked, or something that was a lot more simple than what I think people are overthinking this. And I think if you almost, like he says, approach it from the viewpoint of a child, almost carefree and almost in a way that you don't really care one way or another. You're not in it to. You haven't lost anything if you haven't found it. It's a fun thing. But I think that I think where you put in could definitely be. It could be one point, and I think that it takes you to another point, obviously. But I think also, I don't think there's a metric there that we have. It's a known variable that we can use to signify distance as we know it. So, does that make any sense?
Oh, well, it does in the context of the fact that you can't be specific in what you're explaining. I know you're doing the best that you can to explain what your thinking is without giving all your thinking away. We all try to do that. But again, if you want to keep this simple, and Forrest Fenn has told you it's in one of 4 states, why would you make it more complex by implying that it's not in one of those 4 states? Because to me, that sounds like a contradiction.
My understanding is that the first clue is in one of 4 states, but that doesn't mean that the last clue is, and that's how I see it and that's I guess my thinking and logic behind it is just necessarily because the first clue is in one of those states, which I think that is the case. That doesn't mean that the last clue is.
And when Forrest holds up a map of those 4 states, and he says, if you know where the treasure is hidden, you'll know where it is on this map. He's told us, effectively, that it's in one of those 4 states, hidden in one of those 4 states. Not that the first clue is in one of the 4 states, but that the treasure is hidden.
What does he say about beginning where he ends?
It's just a poem.
Yeah. He's never described the meaning of that. He's never described that phrase in its meaning.
Well, this would explain, not explain that, but this would make relevance to that. I guess it would be able to be in this light that I'm thinking here. It would be comprehensible. It would be like, oh, duh, aha, okay. I really wish, I get out to New Mexico every once in a while. It'd be great, maybe sometime when I do get out there next time, to maybe sit down and have a glass of wine, or maybe have dinner or something, or just a cup of coffee, and maybe chit chat some more. I think that'd be really cool. But
okay, so here's what I'll agree to that on one condition. Here's the condition: that we have that conversation after your boots on the ground.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
All right. Because have you already been boots on the ground?
I have initially, when I first started researching this, which was about 8 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I did some initial boots on the ground, and I'm originally from Colorado, and so my thought was I had 101 places up there that I just knew that and so. Yes, I have, and I even got to a point where I found a sign that said forest access, and I just knew that was it. And so all the way down to things like that. But I really don't know the history of Forrest, and I think that's an important key to this. I think not only his history, but I think something that maybe is a part of him as a very young person, or maybe where roots are from. Mm-hmm. And I know there's some material on that or whatever, but I think there's maybe a big chunk for him. It's a big chunk, but I think it's maybe just a little thing that maybe people overlook. But I think there's a little piece there that is probably paramount in being part of the key to understanding why something is so significant.
Well, here's what I can say about that. I agree with you completely. I agree with that statement completely. Uh-oh, did we lose you?
Nope, I'm here.
All right. Well, we're at 9 o'clock. We're after 9 o'clock, so we're going to close off the show. When you come out to New Mexico after your boots on the ground, let us know, and we'll sit down and talk.
All right. Well, thank you for taking my call, and y'all have a blessed evening and a wonderful week.
That's very kind of you. It will be our pleasure, and the same to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's see. What do we got there? Phone lines. What am I looking for here?
I don't know. You're making a lot of sound effects. Did you close out the phones?
That's what I'm doing. Phone is closed, but I can't find the... there we go.
Maybe we should just take some time off from each other. It's not you, it's me. It's what I'm going through.
Now, wait a minute. Just hold on.
Bye-bye.
Is this a fake hang-up?
All right, some good calls tonight. So a couple of things. Let me apologize for that little faux pas with Chrome and our audio. We use Chrome because that's where our Gmail messages have come from, but we've got a couple of iPads that we can switch it over to. But again, every time Windows does an upgrade, we get surprised. Issues. Yeah, and they're not issues that we have control to the extent that the issue occurs, and we can figure out how to fix it. It's just very frustrating that every time Windows has an update, a major update, I'm not going to call it an upgrade. We have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on. Like I said, we're as of between last Friday and today, we can no longer hear the audio on each of our video clips.
And as soon as we figure it out, then they change it again.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for your forbearance in this matter. And
And thanks for being here this evening, for all your great questions, comments, phone calls, texts, and super chat. We appreciate you, all of our fine viewers. And for Gypsy's Kiss, I'm Shelley Carney.
And thanks for putting up with our technical issues tonight. We can apologize to some extent, but there's just no explaining Chrome, Windows, OBS, and all of those things. We've just got to figure it out, and we'll make sure it doesn't, as much as possible, it won't happen again. And of course, you'll see folks
Friday, I'll be here at 4 o'clock with the softer side, and make sure you check out Monday's storytelling therapy and today's show as well.
What's the topic for Friday?
For Friday is the stress of waiting or the unknown.
So like you're having to wait till Friday for our next show.
Yeah.
And then finally, of course, we'll see you on Friday night, 7 p.m. with a new program on the Forrest Fenn Friday Fandango. Thanks for joining us now, and thanks for joining us then.